What's up, people? Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. This is this morning's live trading session. The market has opened up and we are off to the races. Let's see. Market is open. We have a bunch of liquidity levels. Boom, it just broke this one. We have this level up top. Got some liquidity to the upside. We do see some action right here with this order block that was just created at market open. Let's see, can we get in there off of this order block, off that liquidity level? Let's see, take it up to this high. All right, so I'm not going to enter any positions right now, but we do have that as a position right there. Unless price wants to push all the way through. Maybe this way. Was this the order block right here? This was the actual order block right there. Boom. So this is invalidated. Boom. I'm looking for entry down here at 189. It didn't quite hit it. I'm looking for an entry down at 189. 30189.10. It didn't quite hit it. This is where I'm looking for an entry. 30189.10. It didn't quite hit it. That's where my entry was supposed to be, right there. Boom, boom, boom. 45, 55, 55, 6. It's a tough one. We didn't get that. We didn't get the entry to take out the highs right here. All right, market is choppy. We didn't get the right entry. Actually, I probably should have. Yeah, actually, damn. The real entry was 30192. I had my levels kind of off on this end. But let's see if we can get it to actually hit that 89. If we can get it to hit 89, we're good, and we're going to it's a bit choppy right now. I don't like the way the market is open. All right, we're in the market. Stops and profit. 1 minute. 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 1 minute Target is 231. that's how it's done. We actually got our exit. We're not gonna take it to the high. All right, so we got our first entry of the day. Let's see, we entered at 3018685. 30186. 30186. Just bear with me. My keyboard has been broken. I'm rocking out with this little miniature type situation. But so we got in at 18675. Look at that price taking out those highs. Trying to take out that high. Let's see. 86 point. What's that? 0.75. 0.75. Whoa. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me, please. Our first entry of the day was taken. Boom. That was the entry. Stop loss was. Hold on. Give me a second. I think my cat is trying to open up the door. Hey. Coffee, you did. Had to make some coffee, you did. All right, so let's see. We do got some. That's a nice little stop hunt right there. Bun. Let's finish with this one. That entry. 235. Take profit was 235, 75, 235, 231, but we got a nice little extra out of that position. So that position was already filled right there. Boom. Good for the day. I gotta figure out how to. Let me see if I could do this. Oh, look at that push though. Trying to take out those highs, maybe. Yeah, the market seems choppy, but I could see it coming back down and maybe getting a buy off of 30175. If we're gonna look for a continuation to the upside. Hold on, let's first and foremost, let's back up. Go to the 5-minute. Oh yeah, for sure. We're looking to take that to the upside. For sure. We're looking to take this to the upside. Boom. Entry will be 30179. Yeah, this liquidity level right here. That would be the re-entry to take it to the upside, which is nice because we have this little order block right here. Nice move right there. Let's remove this level. Let's go back to the 1 minute, see if it's getting respected. Oh no, that level is getting respected, so let's leave that like this wick action. Just order block down here. Long position at 30179. Boom. Stop under there, 54. Let's just say 74 ticks. Give it a nice 20-point cushion underneath that low. Then take it to this high. That's a nice almost 5-to-1 right there. That'd be a solid 5-to-1 move right there. Let's see if we can actually get that move. First off, let me go ahead and check the profits for the day. You know what? I think I'm done. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. Let's just analyze the market. Let's see. Yeah, I'm up 975 on all 5 accounts. 976, 976.90, 976.90, 976.90. Yeah. So I think that's it for me today. I've entered, gotten in my position. I'm out of my position. I'm done for the day. But I will entertain the market, or at least sit here and analyze the market with you guys. What I do see though, as you can see, price just came back and retest the original entry I had at 189, right? That was the original entry, 189. I'm trying to see, all right, if this was just a stop hunt and now it's going to respect this level again and then continue to actually, instead of this move breaking this high, this is going to be the move to break the high. So we have this retest of that zone. Maybe it's going to hit this level, the entry level I just marked up. There we go. We got a nice little wick off of that. Now let's see if the market can actually reverse from here, taking out these highs, going to market open, which is right here. Well, market open has already been tested. It's this little order block pattern right here. But we do have some support right there at 179 where I marked off. So if you are in the market right now, this is a good place for the market reversal or the open market reversal, or I would call it market open reversal. Now, price could easily take out this low and continue down, because let's look at the 5 minute. Well, we don't have much down here. We have this level continuation pattern. We got this continuation pattern down there and down here. It's not really much going on down on those levels. We do have a gap that needs to be filled right here on our hour. We do have a gap that needs to be filled on our hour time frame. But from what I see, we're creating higher highs, higher lows. This is a lower high, but higher low, higher high from the previous swing, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So this could easily, in my opinion, push to test these highs. If it's going to test these highs to decide if price is going to break or continue to push back down to break this low and mitigate this order block down here. That's huge. That could happen sometime later this week or next week. I don't know. But for now, what I'm saying is, look at that. What I say. Because your boy is a sniper. Like, my entries are sniperish. Look at that. Look how, come on. Now, some would say, like, maybe you should have re-entered. Like, no, I'm up basically $1,000 on 5 accounts. It's 5,000 in a day. Like, I'm okay. Like, I went from over trading, over leveraging to actually having a system, trusting my analysis, executing on what I see on the charts, and being okay with it. Like, that move would have been lovely. Trust me. I would have loved being in this position right now, because I gotta trust my analysis, and my analysis seems to be on point majority of the time. Now, if I were in this position, I probably would have been getting out at 210. Let's see where 210 is over here. 210. Did it already hit it? Almost hit it, but not quite yet. 210 would have been for well, it just hit the first TP right there. That would have been first TP. Second TP will be 224, which is right here. Let's mark off these levels real quick. First level is 210.46. Let's just say 210 right there. 210.46. 210.50. Yeah, 210.46. Boom. That was first TP. Second TP, 224.50. Just hit that, take profit. Next profit is 238. 2354. And then we have 249. 24937. So let's just do 24925. Just leave it there for now. And of course, final take profit. Final take profit, of course, will be 284 actually. I want price to break this high, but this will be the final TP right here. So killer entry. I would, if I would have entered off of here and got out same, at TP3. Pardon me. But that'd have been another 1,000. So would have been almost 10,000 for the day. I don't want to think about it as like money, or you know what I mean. Like, I'm trading what I see, and that's what I go off. And profits are a default based off of my analysis. You know what I mean. Profits are just a result. But I understand the psychology of some people, and maybe some need to get out of that psychology of thinking like, well, I just made this much money today, and it's like, no. The monetary amount, the net profit or profit amount, is a default and a result of your analysis, how you're marking up your charts, how you're managing your positions. You know what I'm saying? So right now, this is what I see. I see price breaking this high and being in the money. Something crazy. Yeah, price is pushing. It's gonna take out that high. Look, TP was the TP3, no TP4 about to get hit. We got a nice little sell signal right there from the Abner Suite system. Boom, already hit TP4. It's gonna take out final TP. Take out that high. That was created, that swing that was created from market open. Now, this is a nice little setup for anybody that likes to trade continuation patterns. You can actually re-enter for a buy at 224. Re-enter at this level, at this continuation pattern. 224 tight stop. You know it, underneath this zone that was created. What's that? 83 ticks to go actually take out this high. It's 2-1. All right, let's see how that works out. Boom. Actually in the market and in profit right now. Well, I haven't entered the position, but if you are, you should have triggered you in. Yeah, you should have been triggered in. I'm looking at my trader rate screen. Yeah, you should have been triggered in, and you will be in profit right now. Take profit one is hit at 238.54. Boom. Second take profit, of course. Then final take profit is this for a 2-1, clean 2-1. All right. I mean, what could I say? We got another buy signal. Let's see. We got a nice little buy signal right there. Look at that push. Push through. Yeah. All right, I can see price taking out these highs now. Unless it actually finds some resistance from over here. Boom. Support becomes resistance, resistance. But I anticipate price is going to continue up. Take out this high. Nice little push right there. We got another continuation buy signal. So if anybody's interested in the Avner Suite, this trading system that I use for Confluence with my trading style, definitely comment below. Reach out. You know what I mean? Also, anybody watching my videos, let me know what other asset you want me to check out. I know my audio is trash, but bear with me. I'm still working on getting all the right equipment. This is not my thing, this whole content creating situation, but I figured I could share something with the community, which is my trading style, just hopping on lives and trading live. And like I said in my previous videos, holding myself accountable by hopping on live sessions, trading, recording my videos, documenting my process. This is day 5 of me trading prop firm accounts. Day 1 and 2, I passed 550,000 accounts, $550,000 accounts with Apex. day 3, day 4, and day 5. We are here. We're still trading. We are in a profit. And that's that. Market is retesting that entry. And if you missed the first one, you probably could be getting it right here. And it's touching it right about, let's see, now. Boom. All right. This is risky, but if you like to trade continuation patterns, there goes, oh, look at that. The analysis is on point. This is what I have to offer to the community. No emotions involved. I trade what I see. If you notice, I got my first entry. Boom. I called this entry out with the take profits. All of them were a hit. This is actually still running. And I just analyzed the market and gave another trade suggestion or trade opportunity. So this position will be actually in profit. It already hit 2 take profits. TP2 found some resistance up there, came down. If you missed it, you got another entry, re-entry, just hit take profit 1, take profit 2, and then take profit 3. So you have 2 positions, if you were in the market, 2 positions running to take out this high from this swing that was created from market open. But best believe I am not in that position. I am not in that position. And just so you all know that I am trading like live accounts. I'm gonna pull this up. As you see in this bottom corner, PA account. This is a PA account. This is my current balance. I'm up $3,666.96 on my accounts. I have multiple accounts. These are all PA accounts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are funded accounts. This is my profit. So this is day 5 of trading. So this is just an example. I'm connected to Tradeovate. I'm using the Tradeovate terminal on this end on my laptop, but I'm trading live on my PC or whatever, my desktop. So this is why I say bear with me, y'all. Seems that the market could be reversing back down, but this position is still actually holding. If y'all were in this position, I would say get out. I would have gotten out at 249. Which is this take profit right here. I would have gotten out at this point because I see that this is support and resistance. So, and as you can see, what price is doing at that level, right? So this would have been my original target from this position. So let's say this would have been, boom, already hit, right? Was it 3, almost 4 to 1, and then maybe re-entry right here or stack a position to take out these highs, which is a 2 to 1. So first entry was 4 to 1. Second entry almost 4. Well, first entry was a little over 4 to 1. Second entry would have been a little under 4 to 1, and this entry would have been 2 to 1, and still running a profit. I do like how we have these equal lows, tweezer bottoms right here. I like that pattern, but what I don't like is it's kind of divergent right here. Kind of divergent right there from this to this. It's kind of divergent. So I'm thinking like, sheesh, maybe it's about to get a little choppy. You know what I mean? And what I maybe have not seen is we have support at 244. What is this? 244.19, 244, 30244. 20, no 50. That was actually an entry to the downside that I didn't peep. So this position would have ran in profit. It would have hit TP1 and would have reversed against you. It would have stopped you out because that was a very tight stop. That was a 2-1. So you would have got your, what? Did it reach halfway at least? 168, half of that would be 86, or let's say 85. 1-1 it was hit right here. Definitely got a 1-1 out of that at the least. But and it's pushing back in profit. That's why typically I would do, was like 85, because where's the original entry at 2249? The low of this is 204. It would have been the lows right here at 76. Yeah, it should have been like 96, even though that's tough. Nah, that's cool. If you guys enter that re-entry and didn't like move your stop at TP1, you just got stopped out. So I would say you would have gotten halfway off of the original entry. But let's just keep it very honest and transparent. Boom. So let's just delete these levels out the way. That is null and void now. If you just so happen we're in this position, it's still running, but it's pulling back pretty heavily. But I'm noticing I didn't mark it up, but we do have a nice little re-entry of this level. Actually, price just touched it again from our original entry this morning. Maybe this is the move. 1, 2, 3. It's the fourth touch down here to take out these highs, but I'm just gonna enjoy my simple morning, because guess what? It's in and out the market. I'm talking about I'm in and out the market. Entered at 938. Exit was 930. Wait, no. 935. Yep. Entered at 935. Exit at 936. I'm already done. In 1 minute, within the first 10 minutes of the market opening, I'm done in 1 minute for trading. And I'm up basically $5,000 across all accounts. I think $5,000 is a good day for me. I think $5,000 in profit for an account, for multiple accounts or whatever, is good for anyone. And I'm talking about, I went from, like I said, over trading, having the worst trading psychology, letting personal things outside of trading affect my mental space or my mental fortitude. When it came to trading, I felt under pressure, wanting to pass every evaluation, make sure I get a payout and this, that, and the third. And I was so pressed for making money that I forgot the most important thing is my why. Why did I get into trading? You get what I'm saying? Like, what was the point of me getting into trading? So we need to constantly remind ourselves. Actually, I'm going to put up a sign just above my webcam. I'm going to put up, don't forget your why. All right? We cannot forget why we do the things that we do. We need to use that as fuel, as reasoning to make the right decisions and not be emotional and then find yourself regretting your choices later in life when at least if you made a mistake or failed later in life, you think back and it's like, hey, I failed, but I went about it the right way. The one thing that sucks to me is when I think about things that I've done and failed on, and I look back and I say to myself, like, no, I did not do that right. I did not listen to the experts. I did not listen to good advice, you know? Or, and if you have the ability or you have the opportunity to get yourself a mentor, someone older that'll teach you how to be mentally strong, emotionally strong, how to be confident in your decision making, because trading is very important. I mean, that stuff is very important when it comes to trading, because I went from over trading, blowing accounts, like as you see, my live accounts, my P accounts, the number goes up to 10. I mean, basically, I've only had 10 PA accounts since I've started my journey with Apex and wanting to get or trying to get funded, right? But I'll keep it a buck with you. Like 10 live accounts, right? That's it. But how many evaluation accounts have I had? I think that number is up to like 188, 189. So you're saying almost 200. It took me almost 200 prop firm accounts with Apex to actually get my mental, my psychology down packed, to keep factoring in on a daily basis. What is my why? It's not about me. It's not about me wanting to make money. It's about what I saw the potential of trading being for me and my family and my legacy. You feel me? You know what I mean? Let's keep it a buck. We do have some nice support right here. I mean resistance. We found some support at this zone, resistance, and nice little retracement and a push with a sell signal. And we have these continuation sell positions. I like to use these. This is original sell, right? And I like to use these arrows, these sell signals, as continuations or trailing entries. I mean, trail your position or continuation entries for those who like to stack their positions, right? So if you were to just simply, let's get all of this stuff off the screen because we did not take any of these positions. All right. Wait. I did not mean to do that. There we go. All right. Those are just trading opportunities that could have been taken. All right. So those are not any positions that were taken. Just wanted to get that off the screen. All right. Actually, let's get that one back up. I like that position because technically this one would have still been running. Yep. This one would have still been running. So let's just entertain. I just want to humor myself to see how strong that entry was to actually take out these highs. But like I said, this would have been my exit anyway. So, and you see where I'm exiting. I trust my analysis because when I enter the market and I exit, I tend to exit where the market reverses and it pulls back. So it's like I have sniper entries and sniper exits. That's how I'm looking at the market. Let's see. Let's see. But if you were to be using the Avner suite strictly as the just this as a trading system, that would have been a nice sell situation to take out this level. All right. So it would have been something like this. Sell down, retracement, get the signal for a sell at this high, 76. Take out this low. See that? So it would have been 1.5, almost 2 to 1. Or you can just simply do a 1 to 1. And a 1 to 1 would have definitely been hit in a matter of 2 minutes. So that would have been that if you're using the Avner suite. But as you see, the trend ribbon is kind of choppy. Market is going sideways. We have a range between. Let me turn this mic up. We have a range between 266 and this low down here at 165. Right. So that's that. So, but this position is actually still running. For anybody that would have wanted that second tap re-entry, that's killer. That would have been killer right there, especially after seeing it wick off this low, taking out this liquidity level. A little stop hunt action could have easily just put us a pending buy to take it back up. Yeah, so that's that. That's that, player. That is that, player. Um, yeah, let me go ahead and move this chart over though, so you guys have a better view of what's going on in the market. So that was a nice re-entry, but that would have been done right there. Nice little break, retest of this low of the range or this zone, this order block zone. We need a break above this zone and maybe a buy signal, because like I said, the trend ribbon is kind of choppy. And the only way to truly like trade this range is to buy to these highs, sell to a low of these zones. But yeah, I'm pretty much done. There's no reason for me to even continue. You know what I mean? Like, I'm done. I don't need to overtrade. There's no need for me to stay on this and become tempted to enter the market, because let's keep it a buck, right? I entered, exit, boom. I analyzed this before this move even happened. This was the re-entry. Just imagine if I'm up 9 something or 900 or almost 1,000 on each position, or I'm bringing in, raking in 4 to 1, and this is almost a 4 to 1. Just do the math, you know what I mean? And like, I'm not pressed now that I have multiple accounts. It's always good, I think, in my opinion, if you're gonna do prop firms, it's better to work on your trade psychology and then maximize your potential by having multiple accounts if you can afford it. You know what I mean? So this way you're not pressed to hit a certain monetary goal on one account. You understand that profits, they compound, especially across the board. If you have 5 accounts and you did $100 on each account, you know what I mean? That's 500 for the day. Yes, you have to hit a certain monetary, quote unquote, monetary goal for a payout, or to at least get paid out and have some cushion or whatever. But like, in my opinion, it's better to trade long term, try to reach certain goals on a long term basis. So this way you're not out here like pressed to hit certain things. Like, I can't get a payout because I'm not in my accounts. That just like, no, keep working at it, because when you do actually get a payout, it's much more fulfilling and rewarding when it pays off, when like you compound your profits over multiple accounts. And instead of just worried about, I want to do $1,000 today, and you only have one account, but if you have 5 accounts, $1,000 is only $200 on each account a day, as opposed to $1,000 on each account a day. So the way I'm looking at it is like, this position basically gave me about almost 5 grand profit for the day across my accounts. I could have re-entered because I didn't analyze the market and say this was going to be the entry, and look at the sniper entry. It barely went into drawdown, and it went exactly to where I thought it was going to be in the market reverse. All right. So with that being said, I would have been up around 10 grand for the day across all accounts, which is nice. You know, when you go from blowing accounts and not making anything to having live accounts, and then day 5, you're, doing about 4 to 5 grand. That's amazing. It's very motivating. And the part that's most motivating is not that I'm profiting or in the green on my accounts. What's motivating is that my belief in my abilities, my confidence, my trade psychology is on point now. It's much more on point than what it used to be when I just constantly blew accounts. My why is stronger. I realize I'm doing this for my children. You know what I mean? I'm doing this for my legacy. I started having children young. I had my first child at I was 17. I had started college I graduated and started college at 16 years old. So I was already kind of full of myself. I was always the youngest, the smallest, but one of the smartest in the group, right? I had so much potential, but I didn't really have guidance, especially when it came to women. You know, I didn't know what I was doing. I was being kind of reckless when it came to like what I would say, like being in relationships. Having physical relationships with women. I was kind of reckless. I wasn't like protecting myself. So going graduating at 16, starting college at 16, high school sweetheart ends up at the same college, which was a surprise, but it was a wonderful surprise. But she ends up, the stereotypical story of high school sweethearts go to college and get pregnant type stuff. So, like, I had a child very young. I think I just turned 18 when he was born. Like, I was only a couple months into being 18. So, I'm 38 now. Yeah, so my son is 20 years old this year. So, it's like I have a why. It took me a long time to really solidify why I do this. And it's like I had so much potential, but it's paying off now because all of these things are falling into place, and I'm just, I don't know, just feeling good about where I am mentally and emotionally. And I would also encourage people to, like, while they're on their trading journey, find a side hustle, find something that you're passionate about that you can monetize, turn into some income, so that you're not like pressed to to trade or make money from trading. I saw this as a means to find a way to retire early. I didn't want to work for the rest of my life. I did not want to work for the rest of my life. It looks like we're finding some more support. Looks like these were like some stop hunts, but we do have a nice retracement. We do have the sell and a continuation. So even so, this probably would have been a nice little sell. Boom. At that high, 122. You can do a 1-to-1 to take out, actually just take out this low. It's basically a 1-to-1. We got a nice break. So that would have been a nice entry, a late entry right there. But that was a continuation. You would have been able to move your stop down to here after that signal. So, boom. But it's looking like we might have some more support down here to push back up into this range. What I do know, in about 11 minutes, 10:30, I'm going to be hopping off of this. I will not be pressing it and pushing it. I am in and out the market. My analysis is on point. So I'm just going to be grateful for that. What is a 1-2? Oh, yeah. Just leave that. And also, I have to take this rental back. I took the little ones to Hershey Park yesterday, so I'm up here in PA. And I took my family, my girl, and her son, which is, my other son. So I took my family to Hershey Park yesterday. It was pouring down. Like, it was bad, but we had the best time. We were all soaking wet, and it was just such a good time. I woke up, looked at the weather, and saw that it was going to be thunderstorms and raining all day. And I'm like, man, I think I have to cancel the trip. And I'm like, no, we're going to make the best of this. The first thing I thought, you got to be result driven. First thing I thought, what's the resolution for this problem? Boom. Was that hit? Take profit hit right there? What I say? Come on, take out that low. But first thing I think is, my mother always told me, boy, She used to say, boy, use your ingenuity. Your ingenuity, mommy. Use what you got to get what you need. And you know what? I use my brain. I got my brain. I got my wits about me. And I say, you know what? We're going to have fun. We're just going to go get ponchos. And guess what? I wasn't the only one that thought about ponchos when we arrived. So many people were still there with ponchos on. Like, see, all we needed was ponchos. We're still out here having a good time. And a good thing about going when it's like raining, it's less people in the park. And it wasn't too bad, but it was definitely a lot less people in the park. We maybe waited at the most 5 minutes, 10 minutes to get on a ride. Like maybe, if we had to wait at all. Like some rides were so empty that after getting off, the little ones wanted to get back on. We just stayed on and went around again. You know what I mean? So had a great weekend. So, but all in all, I did not drive my car up there. You know what I'm saying? I rented a car, so soon enough I have to shut this down so I can return this rental, and I have to get to work. That's why I digress. That's what I was saying. I was getting at, like, have some type of income, some type of hustle, some type of passion you can monetize. Like for me, I love e-commerce, and what I did, and I had so much experience in like delivering, and I was a shipping and receiving manager for Kmart when Kmart was still around. I don't even know if there's still more Kmarts out here, but I was shipping and receiving manager for Kmart and a department manager for their gardening department, right? Guess what I do now? I'm a logistics. I own a third party logistics company that services a gardening e-commerce company or business, right? That's my number one client. E-commerce store that provides organic gardening products. How about it? So I go from being a shipping receiving manager and a garden department manager at Kmart to now running my own third party logistics business that provides service to this number one client, which is a organic gardening product e-commerce brand. You get me? So I think how things turn around and like start off at one thing, and who knows, who would have known years later I would have still been in logistics and gardening, you know. But do something that you enjoy. I love e-commerce. I love resale, you know. I love logistics. I don't know why. I just love it. Something about it that I enjoy. But find something that you can monetize and you're not using trading to make money. At least not until you're in that mental space and financial space where you can substitute your trading income. I mean, your other income with your trading income, you know. But me having my business and my hustle, you know, that allows me to trade without fumbling the bag and pressuring myself to hit a certain monetary goals on these accounts to get a payout. It's like, no, if I'm pressured to do that, I'll make more mistakes and I'll end up losing my accounts and not get a payout at all. You know, so have something that's bringing in income that makes you less worried about finances, so you're not pressuring yourself to actually get payouts and pass an evaluation. The moment I literally switched over to this mental state, I went from blowing accounts to getting 10 live accounts within a week. It's like this. Talking about blown account. 186, 187 evaluations later. Now, go from 5 to 10 live accounts. You know, it's kind of crazy. You know, so yeah, it's a wonderful thing. Hopefully, I spit some game. I'm not used to all of this. I'm still getting used to the whole talking to no one, because there's no one on this live. But hopefully, somebody sees this level. Sees this video, and they get something from it. And as you can see, you dig my analysis. Well, just using, not even my analysis, just using this Avner Suite trading system that me and my business partner created Um, take profit for basically a 101 to take out that low, and that's that. That would have been a good move too, because as you can see, our trend ribbon is choppy, but it's starting to angle down, and the ribbon is starting to spread out a little bit. So that would have been a nice move to at least take to these lows, to take out this low, and that would have been a good move right there. A good 136 points. Let's see. I'm over here looking at this TradeAvay terminal because for some reason trading view is a bit choppy. It's kind of delayed on the price action, so I like to use my TradeAvay terminal for the actual live price action. And what I'm seeing right now is that price has found support. And yeah, price has found support, and we have a buy opportunity at 3016753 to buy into the rest of the range. So this was already hit right there. 301616753. Yeah, 53. 16753. It kind of, yeah, it already hit right here, but let's see if we can get another re-entry. Boom. It's at 46. 50 points. Let's do 70 points. Low 20 point cushion underneath that low, and then take out this most recent swing or liquidity level, and bang. You know what I can do? I can entertain it by switching over to MNQ. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to MNQ and go ahead and rock out with you boys on this position. Well, that position's already taken off. Missed it. What'd I say? The analysis is on point, player. The entry was actually, let's see, the entry was actually at 1026. So we kind of missed that entry right there at 1026, right there, and it created this order block pattern. So I could see price just pushing up now. Take out this high, back into the range. Take out this high, back into the range. Maybe break this high, because we did get some lower lows that took out the low of this range right here. But let's see. Yep, yeah. I was gonna entertain the position if price actually came back down, because I think it retested it. Not fully, no. It didn't actually retest it at 1028. It just missed it at 1028. That's where I was going to actually enter the market if it pushed down a little bit further. That would have been a nice little entry too, because let's see, even at the high of that range, it's still 1.5 to 1. You can't tell me that's not a good move. You know what I mean? Like, you can't tell me that. I'm gonna go ahead and delete these zones, because they're just right now. I can see where I can identify where price is being affected. Actually, let me get rid of this zone, if anything. Let's get rid of that. Boom. It's too much on the screen. I'm trying to keep the screen as clean as possible. What time is it? It's 10:30. You know what? It's time for me to get off of this joint. Yeah, good times, good times. Hopefully you guys learned something from my rant. I'm gonna keep doing this until I get my first payout. I don't even think I'm gonna stop even after my first payout. This is a nice little price action right here. Get some wick off of this zone. This should be a nice buy actually. Oh, let's see. That was a nice little buy based off of price action. That position's already running. If you were in that, boom. A buy at the stop at that low, 1-to-1. Do 66. Boom. 1-to-1 position right there. Break above that zone. Create a continuation pattern. Boom, boom. I wouldn't have taken it, but I like this wick, this price action. My sniper entry, because I love me a sniper entry. My sniper entry and exits are my favorite. This is a nice continuation pattern. It's risky because I feel like the move was already made down here. My entry would have been down here. Would have been right here. I would have actually been in the market if it came down to this price, but I missed this original entry. This actual entry right here. Well, the initial entry, that's the word I was looking for, initial. Based off an analysis, I would have entered here. I caught it late, tried to get the entry right here on MNQ. It didn't actually pull down, and I didn't want to force it. I could have entered after it closed based off price action and getting some wick at the bottom. I could have entered and then taken it up from there to take out this high or whatever, this level. But I don't want to force it. I'm already in the profit for the day, and I'd rather not force something and then end up with a loss and then be in my head messing with my mental or my psychology. So that would have been original entry, sniper to push up. But this price action right here, after it broke and retest this order block zone that I originally marked off this morning before all of this choppiness. So this zone is very strong. So I could see it pushing up for that 1-to-1 or to take out this high. But if I were to be honest with myself, if anything, I would have probably waited for another pullback to this order block pattern that was created at 1028 and 1029. But this looks like it's good to continue to the upside. It's finding some support down here. But this market has been kind of choppy. It's in this range since market open. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. I am done for the day. Let me go ahead and get all of this off the chart because I only have, man, if I would have taken this position right here, oof, 10K day. But that's not where I'm at right now. This is the only position taken for the day. In and out. Got a nice little touch of this order block zone. Price pulled back out. I got out at a level that I analyzed or that I talked about, and that's it. That's my day. There was quite a few other trading opportunities in here. Using Avner Suite, there's a few trading opportunities for quick scalps. Yeah, that's it. Like and subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Tell me what other assets you guys would like me to take a look at. Not only that, tell me if, like, you know what I mean, if where I need to improve. I'm always open to feedback. Like I said, this is my first time doing anything like this. I already know that I'm going to be streaming live to nobody for quite some time. My videos will not get any views for quite some time. But when people start to watch the video and join the community, please just let me know how I can improve my articulation, how I can improve how I explain my technique. yeah, ask questions, but don't forget it's free to subscribe, like the video, join my journey. This is day 5 of trading funded accounts. Well, day 3 of trading funded accounts. Day 5 of my funded account journey. How about that? And yeah. Also, if you're interested in this Avner Suite, a trading system, look at that. You see, I like marking off my levels, man. Look at how price reacts to levels that I mark off. Look at that. Boom. What I say? You know, it's gonna take out this low. I mean, this high, and we got a buy signal. But see, the trend ribbon's choppy. It started to spread out in a bearish formation. But let's just say, if you guys are interested in learning how I use the Avner Suite trading system, or if you want access to it, please be sure to reach out. I didn't even look at YM today. But yeah. All right. You guys take it easy. Actually, I do see some potential action right here. We have an order block that was created at 9:36. We do have that position right there. We could have an entry right here with our low, with our stops at this low. And then our take profit will be this high. Well, these highs, these swings, take out these liquidity levels. But that's that. That's it for me for the day. In and out the market. Like and subscribe. Join the community. Join the journey. If you have any questions about the Avner Suite trading system, comment below. I'll reach back out to you. Also, yeah, stay safe. Stay mentally strong. Don't forget your whys. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.